Right now, as you're watching this video, trillions of living factories inside your body are working non-stop. They are producing energy, carrying information, removing waste, and keeping you alive every second. But here's the surprising part. Every one of these tiny factories is smaller than what your eyes can see. So what exactly is inside a cell that makes life possible? Let's take a journey into the microscopic world of the cell. Hello, so today's topic is cell structure in detail. So now the introduction. Think about this for a moment. Every heartbeat, every breath, every thought, and every movement you make depends on tiny living units called cells. When you get sick, the problem starts in cells. When a wound heals, cells repair it. When you grow taller, stronger, or older, cells are responsible for those changes. Doctors, scientists, and medicine manufacturers study cells because understanding cells helps us understand diseases such as cancer, infections, diabetes, and many others. So, if you want to understand how life works, you must first understand the structure of a cell. Now, question for you. Imagine a city that never sleeps. It has a power station, a control center, factories, transport routes, storage rooms, recycling centers, and security gates. Now, here's the surprising part. A single cell contains all of these systems in an area so small that you cannot see it with your naked eye. How can something so tiny perform so many jobs? The answer lies in different structures inside the cell called organelles. Each organelle has a special function and together they keep the cell alive. Now the basic concept of a cell structure. A cell is the smallest living unit that can perform all life activities by itself. Just like a house is made of bricks, living organisms are made of cells. There are two main types of cells. The prokaryotic cells, which are simple cells, have no true nucleus, for example, the bacteria, and the eukaryotic cells, which are larger and more complex. They have a true nucleus, for example, the plant cells and animal cells. Inside a eukaryotic cell are many organelles that work together like departments of a factory. Now, the main parts of a cell. So it includes the cell membrane, which is a security gate. The cell membrane surrounds the cell. Now, what does it do? So it controls what enters the cell, controls what leaves the cell, and protects the cell. Now, the easy example could be like a security gate of a factory that checks every person entering, or leaving. The important point is the membrane is selectively permeable, meaning it allows some substances to pass but blocks others. B. Cell wall. This is the strong outer support. The cell wall is present in the plant cells, bacteria, and fungi. It is absent in animal cells. Now, what does it do? It gives shape, provides strength, protects the cell. An easy example could be like the concrete walls around a building. In plants, the cell wall is made of cellulose. Now, the nucleus, which is the control center. The nucleus is the most important organelle of the cell. Now, what does it do? It stores DNA, controls all cell activities, directs growth and reproduction. An easy example could be like the principal's office in a school or the CEO's office in a company. The parts of the nucleus include the nuclear envelope, which is a protective membrane around the nucleus, and nuclear pores, which are the small openings that allow materials to move in and out. The chromatin, which is the uncoiled DNA inside the nucleus, and nucleolus, which produces ribosome components. Now the cytoplasm, which is the working area. The cytoplasm is a jelly-like material filling the cell. What does it do? It holds organelles in place, allows chemical reactions to occur, An easy example could be like the floor space inside a factory where all work happens. Mitochondria, which is the powerhouse. So mitochondria produces energy for the cell. What do? Convert food into ATP, the usable energy of the cell. An easy example could be like a power station supplying electricity to a city. Interesting fact, mitochondria contain their own DNA. Cells that need more energy, such as muscle cells, contain many mitochondria. Now the endoplasmic reticulum, which is a transport network. The endoplasmic reticulum is a network of membranes spread throughout the cell. An easy example could be like roads and the conveyor belts inside a factory. There are two types. The rough endoplasmic reticulum, which is covered with ribosomes, produces proteins, and the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, which has no ribosomes, produces lipids or fats, and it detoxifies harmful substances. Now the ribosomes. They are the protein factories. Ribosomes make proteins. Like what do? It joins amino acids together according to instructions from DNA. An easy example could be like workers on an assembly line building products. Important point. Ribosomes can be attached to rough endoplasmic reticulum or free in the cytoplasm. Now the Golgi apparatus, which is a packaging department. The Golgi apparatus receives materials from the endoplasmic reticulum. What does it do? So it modifies proteins, packages proteins, sends proteins to their destination. An easy example could be like a courier company that packs and delivers products. The lysosomes, which is a recycling center. Lysosomes contain digestive enzymes. What do? Break down waste, destroy damaged organelles, digest harmful substances. An easy example could be like a recycling and a waste disposal center. Without lysosomes, waste would accumulate inside cells. Now the vacuoles, which are the storage rooms. Vacuoles store materials inside the cell. What do they store? Food, water, waste products. The plant cells usually contain one large central vacuole, while animal cells usually contain small vacuoles. An easy example could be like storage tanks and warehouses. The plastids, which are the food production organelles. Plastids are found only in the plant cells, like chloroplasts, which carry out photosynthesis. What do? It uses the sunlight to produce food. It contains a green pigment called the chlorophyll. An easy example could be like a solar panels that capture sunlight and produce energy. Other plastids include the chromoplasts, which are the color pigments, and the leucoplasts, which are the storage plastids. Now the cytoskeleton, which is the internal framework. The cytoskeleton is a network of the protein fibers. What does it do? Maintains shape, supports organelles, helps movement inside the cell. An easy example could be like the steel framework of a building. Now the centrioles, which is the cell division helpers. Centrioles are mainly found in animal cells. Now what do? It helps organize cell division. An easy example could be like coordinators that ensure materials are distributed properly when a company splits into two branches. Now the step-by-step working of a cell structure. Before that, just look at this simple diagram. Now this is a simple diagram, but this is only of an animal cell, and it doesn't include the organelles included in the plant cells. Okay, so all this stuff we cover in much detail. So now let's see how all these organelles work together to make a protein. So step number 1, instructions start in the nucleus. DNA contains instructions for making proteins. Step number 2, messenger RNA copies the instructions. A messenger called the messenger RNA carries the instructions out of the nucleus. Step number 3, ribosomes read the message. Ribosomes read the messenger RNA and starts joining amino acids. Step number 4, rough endoplasmic reticulum processes the protein. The newly formed protein enters the rough endoplasmic reticulum for folding and processing. Step number 5, transport vesicles carry it. Small vesicles move the protein to the Golgi apparatus. Step number 6, Golgi apparatus packages it. The Golgi modifies, labels, and packages the protein. Step number 7, delivery. The protein is delivered inside the cell or outside the cell to the cell membrane. The energy source. Throughout this entire process, mitochondria continuously supply ATP energy. This teamwork among organelles happens millions of times every second. Now, importance. Because every life process depends on the cell structure. That is why the cell structure is important. Now, if the nucleus fails, the cell activities becomes uncontrolled. This can contribute to cancer. If mitochondria fails, energy production decreases, cells become weak and may die. If ribosomes fail, proteins cannot be produced, growth and repair stop. If lysosomes fail, waste accumulates. Serious storage disease can occur. If cell membranes are damaged, important substances leak out, harmful substances may enter. Medical importance. Scientists use cell knowledge to develop antibiotics, treat diseases, understand the cancer, improve organ transplantation, develop new medicines. Understanding cells is the foundation of modern biology and medicine. Conclusion. A cell is like a highly organized living factory where each organelle has a specific job. The nucleus controls, mitochondria provide energy, ribosomes build proteins, and a plasmic reticulum transports materials. Golgi packages them, lysosomes recycle waste, and cell membrane protects everything. When all these parts work together, life continues smoothly. When one part fails, the entire cell can be affected. Thank you. Goodbye.